And welcome, everybody, to Save or Dice. My name is Cody Lewis with Taking 20. We have Dave Friant from Nerdarchy, Andrew Armstrong from Don Forgecast, and of course we have Jim Davis and Jonathan Pruitt from WebDM, the one and only. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this bad boy over to Mr. Pruitt.
Hey there, nerds. How's it going? I'm just going to take just a second to talk about our sponsors because they are the ones bringing this game to you. We are here because they said, hey, we're going to give you some money. So we're going to do our job, and I'm going to tell you about ThinkGeek because I actually like ThinkGeek, and I use it all the time. I got this shirt from ThinkGeek. It was pretty cool. So go on over there, spend your hard-earned money on that because that's the way you're going to be able you support our show is by supporting ThinkGeek. Also, our virtual tabletop that we're using that you can see the little snippets of, that's going to be Fantasy Grounds. It's pretty awesome. I'm having a blast with it. I know everyone else is also. And the maps that Jim Davis has created, he did on Dungeon Painter Studio. So if you head on over to pyromancers.com, you can have a look at that and build some cool maps and maybe use it in Fantasy Grounds for your gaming. Who knows? So anyway.
While wearing your ThinkGeek shirt.
While you're in ThinkGeek shirt.
There it is. So yeah. So I guess I'm going to give it back over to Jim Davis.
Jim Davis? I don't need it back. Give it to Jim Davis.
Yeah, let's get this clusterfuck started.
I'm ready to die tonight.
I mean, that's kind of a poor attitude to start the session with, I think. There's a strong possibility that there'll be no deaths of anybody this evening. We don't know what's going to happen. So we left you guys. Robin had decided to cook up a grand scheme of sorts.
A brilliant little scheme.
A brilliant little scheme to draw out your enemies, get them in one place, use this potion that this ghost has been making for you, and then profit.
Well, when you put it like that, Jim Davis.
So that you've made the arrangements, you sent out the invitations, you've got the party favors, there's chafing dishes, you're all ready to go, and so I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to recap to me and our audience how you kind of envision this going down, like Ocean's 11 style. What's the plan here? And then we'll dive right into this deep pillow.
So we want to use our new mage friend because she can take on the form of Zelakai, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So I'm kind of asking the group at the same time here. We want to have her. I assume we'll wait for all the luminaries to show up. We'll entertain them, and then Robin, you'll be, I guess, as Vandermouse, right? Or
I will definitely be reprising my role as Vandermouse. Let me get here we go. Got my rag.
And then I assume I'll make a big speech, and then we'll just show everybody that Zelakai is still alive, and then we'll have Jardin save us all.
Yeah, maybe we'll start with some schmoozing. You get up there, you play for a little bit, and then we need to have we have Zelakai come up, maybe make his speech.
So who's giving the speech?
I'll give the speech. I will gather attention and turn the attention to Zelakai. I'll host.
Yeah.
I'll be Billy
host.
Crystal.
Okay.
I'll be the Billy Crystal for
You're
tonight.
the MC.
That's fine.
MC. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna schmooze up the crowd while I'm gonna be out there doing my thing.
And forgive me, I realize that Billy Crystal is probably a really old reference.
Right, it is.
I want to go with like Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, somebody newer than Billy Crystal.
Who's Billy Crystal?
He was in a cowboy show a long time ago.
No, I got you. So the plan then is to you get to the deep pillow. You guys get there early. You set up. Oliver's emceeing / hosting. Vandermoose is working the room, glad handing, shaking hands. We've got Jardin. Are you going lizard folk? Or are you going to have a wild shape? What's going on?
I see my role in this as being in a supervisory backup sort of fashion where he's going to be hidden out of sight, but really keeping a magical eye on things. making sure that if/when everything goes terribly, he'll be available to do what he can to help sort it out. Though I think the main goal is solid.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think getting them together, and then who is taking the potion? I thought I was going to do that, but is someone else in the role of discerning which one of them?
I think you are the best person to take the potion, because once you're in it, you can get in any form you want and see, that way you can hide.
Either you or Jogo should take the potion.
Well, Jogo's going to be busy with this. Sir Thomas is going to be busy with all of his kids.
Yeah, so that's the other thing, and we'll get to the potion here in a second because there are some particulars about it that you guys need to know, and Daronia will let you guys in on that secret. So Jogo, last time you had arranged to have some of the urchins present at the party as attendees.
Okay, so Jogo gathered up as many of the children as he could afford to scrounge money to get them nice suits, and took them out and got them suits like Sir Thomas's, and then I had them each make up their own name, and they've been instructed to wait until after the party starts to come in to help, be manservants.
Afterwards.
After it gets started.
All right.
After my companions are too busy to bother with them.
They will arrive. Okay, so all right, that sounds great.
What could go wrong?
Everybody's got a thing they're going to be doing. The party's going to last a couple of hours. You guys are going to, I mean, it's a party, right? It's not just these.
And the gutter fairies.
In most games.
Yes, exactly.
So this, I will absolutely use it. And speak of it, most of you probably haven't even heard of this spell. But you cause 10 words, and the group will have to just help him decide. You cause 10 words to form in a part of the sky you can see. The words appear to be made out of cloud and remain in space for the duration.
You should wait until we find the person we're looking for, so you can write "Gotcha, sucker."
All right. Okay, so
not my first idea, but if we want to put something up, maybe the audience can come up with 10 words for us to show off.
Yeah.
And then I thought plant growth within, if they'll allow him to have little nooks and alley for these little poor children to hide when terrible, horrible things are likely to transpire here. Cool, pleasant looking.
This has to be against alignment. Like I'm just saying, by bringing the kids, this has got to be against alignment somehow.
I'm pretty worried about it, but if I expend a third and second level spell slot, maybe that'll save a couple kids.
The kids will grab trays, walk around with them, eat off them, listen, kind of like scope things out. They're crafty like that. We're all from the street. It's not evil to bring them. Like this is a step up for these guys, and they may or may not be trying to pickpocket the guests. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I often admonish that stealing is wrong, but what are you going to do? Kids will be kids.
What are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, they're precocious and
they would probably get torn apart by a demon anyway, so might as well just bring them here.
Very, very true.
So you can look out for them.
Very true. Very good.
Sound logic.
Yep.
So I think it's a great plan. Tonight's adventure is obviously going to be more role-playing heavy than
it's a bottle episode.
It's a bottle episode, sure. It's an opportunity to get to interact with some interesting characters, hopefully, and hopefully avoid two NPCs talking at each other moments. Never a fun position to be in. So you guys make your preparations the rest of that day. At some point, Daronia comes out. She's leaning heavily on a walking stick that she's got. Has refused any sort of assistance. She's sort of figuring out how this body that she's possessed works. And what we've got here, she comes up out of the lab in Zelikai's basement, and has a potion that looks like I don't know, almost looks like a rain cloud in a bottle. It's sort of a dark kind of a dark gray, cloudy liquid of some kind, and you can see multicolored flashes sort of permeate through the whatever sort of liquid is in there. The whole thing is probably yay big. It's enough for one person to drink, and she lays it down on the table and is like, well, here is the potion I have made for you. You should be careful. It will not last long, but it will open your mind and perceive things as they truly are. She's laid it on the table.
She's giving this to Jardin?
She's just laid it on a table. Like when at some point during that evening when everybody's around or just hanging out or something, she comes over and lays it on the table and lets whoever's there know. We'll obviously try to get everybody together, you know.
Jogo's kind of looking at it, kind of leaning over it, trying to sniff it, trying to figure out if it would taste good.
I want no part of that. Mm-mm.
No. She kind of puts her hand out towards Jogo and, you know, do be careful. It's I could make another, but it would take some time. You should not sample it.
Oh, okay. Jogo no drink. Jogo no drink then.
We will use it at the right time. It will not be wasted. But tell me, side effects. Sometimes the things I make, like the one thing I made for Robin, has particular strange. Anything about the potion that more I should know if I am to take it.
She sits down. Its effects should last no more than 10 minutes or so. You will see things as they truly are, which might not be a pleasant experience. You will pierce through illusions, see shapeshifters as they are. The demon should reveal itself. It might know if you've seen it. It is hard to tell if it can perceive that.
That's unsettling.
So, I guess it might just lock eyes with Jardin. That'll be pleasant.
Perhaps. As far as side effects go, you might anger someone, perturb them if you see them, pierce through their illusions and disguises. Mages are vain and haughty, and foiling their disguises usually is frowned upon. The potion itself should not carry any side effects.
I think we only use it when we are fairly certain what will happen next.
What does it taste like?
I do not know. I have not had any.
You don't taste it while you're cooking it? Jogo tastes everything he cooks.
This is not like food, Jogo. Although it is also very much like food.
What?
Yes. I will tell you, I will save little drop for you at the end. You can taste it.
Oh, Jogo like that.
Maybe we use it for inspiration for future dishes, huh?
Oh, Good idea, Jardone.
We have big feast to prepare. Once we find him and once we deal with this big problem, then proper celebration, found happiness again.
I look forward to it. I really do.
Are you okay, Robin, with the
Oh, sorry, Joe. Sorry, Jordan. I'm just getting into character.
Mhm.
Vandermoos? He is douchey. Is that the right word?
Oh, well, it's intended. Yeah, that's the intended effect, something like that.
But I hear someone say this about someone, and it seemed like Fit Vandermoos, but you will all be in very danger and big performance tonight. You will be great. But if you need magical pick me up, I will help. But you are good. I think so. I hope this works.
This party is going to be wonderful.
I think it's gonna be great. Daronia gets up from the table, and if there is nothing else, you will find me down below.
You're not going to join us at the party?
I do not think so. This body is not up for such vigorous activity.
Someone back from the dead would make for a wonderful show. Entertainer.
Are you willing to host?
Jogo could get the kids and we could wrap you in bandages.
Yes,
like a mummy.
Let's wrap you in bandages, my dear.
Yeah, she gives you the stink eye, and then starts to like hobble away, heading for back down into the basement.
Jogo lunges at her and hugs her.
Okay. She's very frail. The body that she's possessing is an emaciated.
Jogo's gentle.
She's like, and like,
Jogo, thank you so much. You help us so much.
Thank you, Jogo. Thank you. Please.
I knew you wouldn't be angry no more. You just needed to be a man now.
Yes, thank you. She like steadies herself on the cane that she's got and makes her way down the staircase, occasionally looking back at Jogo to make sure he's not going to tackle her again.
You know, but Jogo's a hugger.
So we've got it's another maybe hour before y'all need to get there. Any final preparations, anything? You guys are all rested up, everybody's good. You've got the arrangements for the party set. That's what Vandermout's been doing.
Yeah, and just for the record, we want to make sure that there's other music there, because I don't want to have to like be doing music the whole time.
Right. Yeah. They'll be. They've got a house band. Yeah. But there'll be other.
Done.
Oh, what is the name of the house band at the Deep Fellow?
Oh goodness! They call themselves Between the Cushions.
Perfect.
That was very quick, Jim.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that one all day. Just got to use it. No, it's a 3-piece band. 2 dwarves and a goblin.
Of course it is.
Uh-huh. And
no gutter fairies. They couldn't find any gutter fairies to round it out.
there are some gutter fairies, although tonight some of the minor fey nobility will be there, but for the most part, gutter fairies are kept to the kitchen and the cellars.
I somewheres I want to see a gutter fairy like choir now.
They're like a doo-wop band, like standing on a corner or something, like 4 of them.
Yeah. Oh, a quartet.
Quartet.
Barbershop quartet.
Yep.
Yeah. Over like a can of beans that's on fire, like a anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of stuff's all over the place in the neighborhood. So unless anybody has anything that they'd like to do before the party, I'm gonna hit fast forward and get us there pretty quick.
I think we're ready to leave the manse.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm just gonna. Can I get guidance for my disguise roll?
You'll do great, Robin. And little growth, no one notice.
You hit it very well.
Nice. So yeah, that's going to be 23 or 21 for my disguise roll.
For your disguise roll, sweet. All right. Anybody else need to make a disguise roll?
No, I'm going as Oliver Ridley.
Oh, it's Oliver. Of course you are. And then, all right. So you guys make your way. The Deep Pillow is, of course, on the easternmost edge of the theater district, and you make your way there without incident. The Fulkina, who was the owner of the Deep Pillow, has been setting up and getting all the arrangements made. And so you arrive, and they've, tapped their finest kegs and opened their best bottles and are ready. Some of the less hip members of that you invite have already started to trickle in. There's always those first people that arrive, at a party that are there, and they're just kind of like standing around.
So sad. So very sad.
But by the time you arrive, it's really just like one or two people who are milling about while the service staff get everything ready for your party. There we go. Make sure everybody can see
we want to find Ostilian. And so do we want her to come out and show herself as Zelikai early?
I think not. I think that
I can
it's a
announce
thing
her.
where, you need to announce when you do your little speech and announce. That's when she comes out. So don't need anybody checking her out beforehand.
I'll fix the overlay, guys.
Okay. So yeah, there's several places. If you need one of the private rooms that they have, Fulkina can arrange for you to have one for the evening. But Hostilian's like, if you want me to make a dramatic appearance as Zelikai, she can do that. No problem. Yeah,
so basically what I'd like to do is I want to, once all of the luminaries are there, and we can make I want to make a big speech or whatever, and just kind of kick off the party once everybody shows up. And then at the end of my speech, I want to have her there on at the back end of the room near the stairs.
Okay.
And she can we want to let her know, hey, she needs to be prepared to boogie out of there or defend herself, because we have no idea we're going to keep her in the know.
Yeah. She can defend herself. I mean, her talents lie more towards subterfuge and information gathering. She's not really much of a fighter. But she can hold her own and get out of there if need be.
What I'm really hearing is Cody's going to be trying to tell her to get out of here, and she's going to be gone already.
Right. She's ready to bug out at the first sign of trouble.
Is this the Deep Pillow, Jim?
This is part of it. Yes.
I can dig it.
So you see, there's that. Off to the side, you can see portions of the two balconies that are there. So the Deep Pillow has sort of an entryway where people wipe the mud off their boots and that kind of thing. A small stage just to the right of the door as you enter, as well as a scattering of tables and places to kind of lounge about and hang out. This area over here to the left on the ground floor is the kitchen / storage sort of service area. Immediately ahead of you, as you enter in the door, there are, of course, staircases leading up to both the left and the right. The upstairs of this consists of like private seating areas, as well as a couple of rooms that overlook the main floor, but otherwise offer a degree of privacy from prying eyes and things like that. The whole place is designed to be comfortable and inviting. It's got the lights are sort of down low. The fairy lights that they keep on are nice and dim. It's a very soothing, pleasing atmosphere. It smells really nice in here, and there's plenty of places for familiars and little critters and creatures to perch or lounge about. So little hooks and ledges and things like that all about. So whenever you get a chance, just kind of give me an idea of where your characters are in the room, and sort of what they're doing as guests begin to trickle in.
Vandermouse will be basically welcoming people in, and plugging the orphanage as much as possible.
Okay. So you're just kind of like greeting people at the door.
Yeah, just kind of greeting people, telling you, oh, the drinks in the back. Oh, please do try the deep pillow rise. Oh, you will love it. It goes down very smooth.
So the service staff here are a variety of a mix of both living and magical servants that kind of keep things coming and going. Each table has an unseen servant that kind of keeps the drinks flowing and the night well lubricated. But there's also mortal staff there to help out with it. Volkina's second in command is a goblin named Isak, who impeccably dressed, very prim, very proper, kind of an older goblin, so a little bit taller than the average gobbo, but he keeps things going and moving, never stopping moving himself, always talking to somebody, real front of house manager kind of stuff. And so it's a good 20 minutes or so that pass before the first of the luminaries arrive. So you have about that much time to get set up and get in your places and everything. By that point, maybe 20 or so people have already arrived and are drinking, having a good time, listening to the music, and generally just enjoying what they think is a wizard party. Why not? It's bound to be pretty fun.
I imagine Jogo's Thomas is following Vandermouse around and mimicking like everything he does and says, or at least trying to very badly. He sees that as what he's supposed to be doing.
Right. You're doing fine, Sir Thomas. You're doing fine.
Absolutely fine. So there is the guests here are not unlike. It's a good way to describe it. So you guys seen Hunger Games? The people in the Capitol, they've all got like the elaborate dress and their dresses are on fire and all this sort of stuff. This is the petty magocracy of the Street of Spells.
Right.
All of the people here know magic to one degree or another. There's very few like real powerful spellcasters, but they use their magic to pretty themselves up. What's the use of makeup when you've got a disguise self spell, that kind of thing. And so every one of them that comes in has, these elaborate party outfits on, using magical effects that to enhance their appearance. And so within, by the time the first of the luminaries arrive, this whole place is a riot of sounds and smells and colors from everybody's different disguises that they have. They sort of mix and mingle. Goblins and dwarves, humans and fae, all of them mixing it up in the common room here at the Deep Pillow.
Which luminary shows up first?
Athel shows up first. He's got an entourage of 3 members. Sort of him and 3 others show up. It looks like a tiefling, a human, and a dwarf arrive with him. And Athel is dressed to the nines and kind of like this giant sort of, it's got like a high collared thing and like the big shoulder pads and like a cape that drapes over him. And he's kind of like walking, it's all bejeweled and brocaded out and sequins. It's just absolutely garish and clearly illusory in nature, because it sort of like spins and rotates around him as he walks in. But he's got a tiefling. Oliver, you recognize the 3 of these, his 3 members of his entourage as members of the entertainment community, right? The tiefling's an actress. The human is an actor, the dwarf's a musician. So you kind of like know them by their reputations, if not like actually know them.
Okay. And then real quick, I want to make one final note, because I'm probably the only one that isn't able to stash their main weapon, their main mode of defense on them while I'm performing. I want to just kind of set it just underneath the curtains of the stage. So
what
quiver,
what weapons do you have? You have a bow and
my bow, my quiver. I will be still wearing my bracers. But I want to go ahead and stash that stuff underneath the stage so that I can gain
Dude.
quick access to it,
Hello,
along with my
Keith.
rapier.
On the stage, cello case on the stage.
So it's part of Oliver's setup before everybody started arriving.
Sure,
was
yeah.
to-
I
to
just,
stash
you know,
the spell.
I thought I need to make sure that we're on the same page here. So
Now, I mean, wearing your rapier is no big deal. Half the people in here have some kind of, most of them are probably decorative swords, or you know, there for fashion.
I won't wear it. I'll stash it
okay.
as well.
All right, but that's kind of the custom, is to have some kind of decorative dagger or sword, so it wouldn't look out of the way.
Is this a dueling city by chance?
What's that?
Is it a dueling city by chance?
Oh yeah, duels are pretty commonplace here. They're a way to settle scores, vendettas, that kind of thing. Yeah. All right. So Athel has arrived with his entourage, actors and musicians all.
Okay. Well, I will make my way over to him. Oh, my dear Athel, it has been far too long. What, like 2 days?
Athel, oh, it's been far, far too long.
Yes, indeed, it has been far too long, Sir Vandermoos.
Is this when we tell him how good he looks, Vandermoos?
Well, yes, Sir Thomas, you may tell him at any time if he looks good, because he does.
You look so very good.
Thank you very much, Sir Thomas. May I say you cut quite the dashing figure in that outfit that you have.
Oh, you should have seen his face when he saw it in the window. I just knew he had to have it, and he got it.
I did. See, I'm wearing it right now.
Masterful, Sir Thomas. May I introduce Sash? He points to the tiefling. Marco, the human, and Funden, the dwarf. They are my star performers in the upcoming production that we are putting on.
Oh, you must tell me, how goes the preparations for the opening night? It draws near, yes?
Excellent. Production is proceeding splendidly. We can't wait to show you what we've been cooking up.
Oh, Juggle, a great cook. Maybe Juggle cook for you sometime.
Yes, Sir Thomas, we will have to show him our cooks.
Oh, Sir
cooking.
Thomas, I mean, who's Jogo?
He's our
Who
cook.
Indeed. Who indeed. Well, you must excuse me. I see who's here, make the rounds.
Oh, most definitely. Please, the entertainment is starting. Oh, it's going to be a fine evening. I hope to see you again as the evening progresses.
Of course. I hope to see you again, as well as our mutual friend, Zelikai. He's been hiding, hasn't he? I'm glad to see that he's well.
Yes. Oh, he's around here somewhere. I haven't seen him in quite a minute.
Splendid.
Let me go off and find him. And I'm
Splendid.
gonna walk off.
All right. Yeah, he and his entourage make a slow circuit of the room, shaking hands and making small chat. It's sometime later, maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes or so later, when Krotos walks in. He's wearing his military uniform. It's all bright brass medals and epaulets, and you know.
At this point, Jim, how full is this place getting? Like, is it?
It's getting pretty full. It's not quite at capacity, but there are probably 30 or 40 people in here milling about, walking around, plus the staff.
So since I know Vandermoos and Sir Thomas are going to be all up on the luminaries as they come in, I'd like to be, as I'm on stage, kind of accompanying the house band. I would like to continue to scan the room and see if maybe there's anybody, acting weird, acting suspicious. Anybody that's giving me a headache when I look at them. Anything
Right.
like that.
Right. In that case, go ahead and make me a perception check then.
Neat. Can I have advantage on it since I've got a long time to do this?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's almost like you care. That was a medicine check for some reason.
That is a medicine
And
check.
then So a 15 and a 13. 15.
15 and 13. All right. There are a few people acting kind of strange. You notice that Sash, the tiefling actress, is eyes constantly around the room. She's she's not engaged whenever the Athel and the rest of his entourage kind of talk to people. She seems just kind of like to constantly be scanning the room and keeping an eye on things.
Okay.
Jardin kind of notices the same thing. You're back in the back corner. Jardin.
I was going to kind of try to make eye contact with Jardin and then look over at her.
Yeah. And I mean, and almost, every fourth person that comes in has some kind of animal or familiar with them. So this place, the walls of this place are slowly kind of, as little cats jump up on a perch or birds fly up on their little ledges. That, the sight of a small lizard doesn't look that out of place.
Gotcha.
But Krotos basically, he seats himself. He comes in with a very slender-looking, 3-foot-tall, elfin-looking figure. Very, very Fey-like, with sort of like long, light gray hair, kind of like that weird space between blonde and gray.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously sort of like Fey, sort of sharp Fey features.
Like Targaryen?
Kind of, yeah. But barely 3 feet tall,
right?
If that. And they seat themselves in the backmost seat, the backmost table, for the furthest away from the stage.
Okay. Well, I will. If Jogo doesn't see already, I'll give him an elbow and be like, we should probably keep this pretty short. He doesn't look happy.
Okay.
Maybe we can make him happy.
Well, let's see. And jauntily make our way over to introduce to Krotos.
Okay.
Oh, my dear Krotos, it is good to see you this evening. How fare thee?
I am very well, Vandermouse. Thank you, Vandermoose.
Yes. Hi, Krotos. Sir Thomas here. Good night, right?
Indeed, Thomas.
You look dashing tonight.
He nods his head in acknowledgement.
Dashing. Very good, Sir Thomas. Very good. Expanding that vocabulary. So I do hope that you will be able to find it in your heart to help donate tonight for the children, because this is all for them after all. But I don't want to burden you too much. Just please find it in your heart.
He kind of like, his face sort of scrunches up at that. It's just Zelika is looking for more money again.
Oh, the poor little urchins. They need all the help they can get.
Mm-hmm. Well, perhaps see what I can do. He's like trying to look past Vandermoose. Yes, we keep.
I say Vandermouse.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
All right.
The running
Mostly
joke is, I think everyone else calls him Van.
I'm confused now because everybody calls you something different.
I know, and I haven't corrected anyone because it doesn't really matter.
I actually had to draw a mouse on my notes.
That's right. Yes,
So I would remember.
Vandermouse. Now Krotos keeps trying to look past Vandermouse, and it's like, I see Athel is here. None of the others, then?
No, I believe that you are the second to arrive. Yes, they're trying to be fashionably late. Yes. I find it rather gauche, really.
Yes, it is quite tedious the way they go on. He says as he's clearly
Did
polished
Vandermoose
his
say
uniform.
ghost?
No, my dear Thomas, no. I said gauche.
Oh, good. Sir Thomas doesn't want to see any ghosts at this party.
No.
No. He's he's kind of there, but he's doing his best to ignore the two of you and look around the room.
Does he look? Is he looking in a specific area or anything, or just kind of scanning?
He's kind of placed himself with his back to the wall and in a place where he can see the door. He can see the door into the kitchen, and he has a good view of the staircase as well.
Ah, yes,
that's where he's sat himself.
He keeps looking in the kitchen. Maybe he's hungry.
Yeah, his Fey escort hasn't said anything or done anything. It's difficult to tell. Is just standing next to him. Doesn't seem to have seen itself.
Well, before I leave, Sir dear Krotos, is there anything that I can get you? Food, drink? Do you want for anything?
Not right now, thank you. Perhaps I will have something later for the toast.
Oh, yes, quite. It's going to be marvelous, marvelous. Okay, well, I'll bid you adieu for now. Ta-ta. Okay, so he's posting up, getting ready to GTFO.
It's about that time that you see Isadora kind of slip in past a large group that's also entering in at the same time.
Is she with the group, or is she?
She's not with the group. She's just kind of trying to.
Who brought the biggest entourage so far of Athel, Krotos, and Isadora? Is it Athel?
Athel has 3 in his entourage. Krotos has 1. It looks like Isadora's arrived alone.
Okay.
She's trying to slip in.
I imagine with this crowd, the children start filtering in and like almost like rats abandoning a ship.
Yeah. When do the children start? I mean, they're already filtering in.
Right now, they're coming in with what big group,
Right.
and then Sir Thomas will begin directing them to the different trays so they can start serving.
Okay. They're like snatching them out of unseen servants' hands and things like that. Right. So, I mean, there are plenty of goblins here. So the presence of a bunch of small children, there's plenty of peers of their height that they can sort of blend in with. And they are street urchins. They are used to being unseen and slipping in where they don't belong. So it's if anyone has noticed, no one's raised a stink about it yet.
Okay.
And it looks like Isadora's making a beeline for the staircase.
Making a beeline for the staircase to head upstairs? Okay. Well, I will shout her down a little bit.
Okay.
Looks like she's trying to sneak in and not be seen. Oh, my dear Isadora, there you are. Oh, how are you? And oh, do please. And I'll kind of scamper like the short-stepped little scamper.
Oh, Isadora, so happy to see you. You look simply ravished.
She turns and
Ing, Sir Thomas, Ing. It makes a difference.
It's a world of difference. She turns and greets you with a stoic face. She's dressed up. Made an effort. But she turns to you and gives you a slight nod. Why, hello, Vandermouse.
And how are you doing this fine evening, madame?
I find myself very well.
You look very well.
Thank you.
Well, do you not, if you just come by yourself, do you not have a date? Do you care to deign to sit on my arm?
I need no escort. I go where I please and leave when I please.
Well, but of course. Woman of your standing, of course. But I hate to see you alone, my lady.
What about the dancing? Will you be dancing?
Go ahead and give me an insight check, the both of you. I perhaps will not dance this evening, but I do enjoy watching a good dance.
I got a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Very insightful, sir. Both of you.
We're too committed to the role.
You're doing
Right.
such
are
good
just
work
really
out there
committed
on
to
the
the
floor greeting these
Yeah.
luminaries.
So both Jardon and Oliver can see them talking to Isadora. She's right there at the end of the red carpet. That's where you were able to intercept her.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and start placing some of these guys on the maps. You can kind of see where they're at.
Well, I don't. I don't want to hold her up too long because she looks impatient.
She looks like she might nuke you.
Yeah, I don't want to get nuked for more of it.
Right. Okay, just a second. Let me get another one. Yeah, so there is a. Here's where we've got Athel's kind of he's sort of making a circuit around the main thing. He's talking to everybody, glad handing, shaking hands. Krotos is seated himself there at the at this sort of far table. Let's see, Isadora's sort of right there at the base of the stairs. Let me get out of here. Yeah, she's just not. She's polite and not completely evasive, but at the same time, she's not saying much.
Yes. Well, my lady, I will bid you adieu. I must see to the other guests.
Of course.
Just for clarification, Kronos, is that the hobgoblin?
Yes. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the hobgoblin. The hobgoblin pyromancer there.
Then does that mean the gutter fairies have shown up?
I mean, he's got a Fey escort with him, but you don't see many other gutter fairies. There are Fey here, but they're more of the, what do you call them? Respectable types.
Right. Well, it was his house that the gutter fairies were at, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
You don't recognize any of them. They were all tiny little, little gnomes and sprites and things like little brownies and things like that. Easily kickable across the street
Or into a gutter.
or into a gutter. Yes. So as you're talking with Isadora, you can see another sort of figure walk through the door. It's a human male in a sort of cloth of gold robe and a golden skull cap. One of those that like comes to the V and kind of makes him look nice and shiny and bald. And he kind of walks in, and you can. I completely blanked on Robin's name. It's Robin. Robin can see that he's making his way straight up the carpet to where you're talking with Isadora.
You are officially no longer Pruitt.
Oh my god, it's been a hell of a week.
Well, in that case, I will use that as a reason to allow Isadora to get out of there.
Okay.
They're like, oh, and I assume this is Uther, yes?
Uther, as far as you know, is an old ass dwarf. This is a youngish looking human male approaching you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll pretend like I know him.
Let me see. Actually, I think everybody has potentially can see him. Everybody give me just a generic intelligence check.
Oh, good. I'm so good at that.
I know, right?
Chardon's gonna get the highest roll.
I got a 16 because I rolled a 17.
Nice.
I got a 4.
Oh my god! Jogo got the highest. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
A return of the 4s, baby.
Spectacles are on. That's why, baby.
16, 13, 4, and 4. Oh my god.
Turn up the 4s.
So, Jogo actually.
Totally gonna do one of these.
Oh, that's right. Are you wearing your spectacles?
Oh, absolutely. He wears them all the time, unless he's fighting.
That's true. Okay. So yeah, you recognize him. You know that this is Xenophon, one of Uther's many apprentices.
Xenophon, it's been so long. You remember Sir Thomas and Vandermoose?
Like, oh, yes, of course. Sir Thomas. There was a...
And then I start calling over children. This is Small Sebastian. This is Lazy Susie. This is Round Rob.
Like, but of course, it's a pleasure to meet you all.
Yes, Xenophon, it has been too long. Your master keeps you far too busy. You should get out more.
Well, I'm here as his proxy, and
he will not be joining us this evening?
I'm afraid not. And he looks around kind of suspiciously for a second. You just see his like eyes dart around. He's kind of like checking out the room. I'm afraid not, Sir Vandermouse. But perhaps we can speak on such matters privately later.
Yes, of course. But of course.
Zelicai is going to be so sad.
Well, I'm sure that Uther and Zelicai will be able to make amends after this is all over.
I'm not so sure.
Oh, no need to be foreboding, my dear Sir Thomas. It is an evening of revelry and excitement.
I should hope so. The invitation said it was a party of some kind. I didn't know there was bad news to be had. I do hope everything is all right.
Oh, no bad news, not at all. Just saying that we were hoping that all the luminaries could be here.
Well, there is some bad news. Isadora is not going to dance.
Well.
Oh, that is true. That is a tragic bit of info.
That's a shame, for sure, but understandable. She's not much one for dancing, I don't think.
But I hear she has a golden voice.
Well, I should hope so. Well, I'm off to make the rounds, and...
Well, yes,
good idea. You should mangle some.
Yes, mangle the crowd.
Thank you. Thomas, was it?
Yes, Sir Thomas.
Sir Thomas. Let's not. We must stand on.
Stand on protocol.
Sorry, trying to keep it together.
He kind of like, it seems like he's about to say something to Jogo, and then just kind of says, "Let's catch up later."
Oh yes, let's please.
He makes his way around the room, blah blah blah.
Hey, Robin, you think he meant something by that?
He just might. We just need to talk to him sooner rather than later. Let's make our way up to the stage.
Yeah, before something eats his brain.
Yeah, and we'll dance our way up to the stage to the tune of Oliver Ridley and the Between the Cushions.
So I kind of see them coming up here, and I'm going to make eye contact with them, and I kind of give them like a questioning look, like, is that everybody?
And I'm just going to give them kind of a shake of the head and mouth the word Uther and like trying to at least pass off that there's no Uther tonight.
And I'm going to like mimic Robin and be like, gutter fairies.
No.
So
we need to cut off the gutter fairies.
So at this point, realizing that everybody is here that's going to be here, Oliver will begin to gather everybody's attention, kind of shut down the house band, and good evening, my wonderful, splendiferous, fine folks. How are you all doing this evening? I hope you are doing very well, because we have a very special event for you tonight. Tonight we are raising funds for the wonderful Briar House for the children. So let the coins flow freely, and let's kick this off with a bit of a story.
There's a bunch of clapping. Oh,
thank you.
Masterful.
Let's talk about the story of Mrs. Pratt. Mrs. Pratt, who was very fat, once had a husband named Fitz. But he was soon found dead when she took him to bed, smothered to death by her bosom. Mrs. Pratt, who was very fat, once took a second husband named Hatch. But he was soon found dead when she took him to bed, when he told her he just couldn't find her pillow. And Mrs. Pratt, who was very fat, as you know, finally took a husband named Tass. But he was soon found dead when she took him to bed, after he told her she had a fat ass. Thank you all, and let's kick the festivities off right. And I'll kind of let the house band kick into place.
Everybody applauds Oliver's cleverness. There's a couple of murmurs of like, is Miss Pratt where all the orphans came from? But everyone enjoys the limerick, and several people start getting up and dancing to the music. The drinks are flowing, the place is packed, and as far as you know, everybody who's supposed to be here is here.
And then after the first song, I'm gonna stop them back down, and we're trying to get Ostilian as Zelakai near the back stairs. So
Okay.
as soon as she makes her appearance after I've made my speech, I'll bring the music down, and I'm gonna draw some attention to her.
Okay, so she's coming out as Zelakai,
And this is go time.
okay. So your plan is to
Is to put
as
her
she
at the
comes
top of the
down-
stairs looking like Zelakai.
Okay.
I think that's the whole plan. That's all we came up with.
Yeah,
the
and
whole
Jim,
fucking week.
Yeah. And Jim, I'm going to get in a position where I can see most of the luminaries, if not all of them.
Okay. So right now it appears as though Xenophon is sort of over here at this standing, having a drink, talking with a few other just attendees. Krotos hasn't moved from where he originally sat down, and Athel is over here on the leftmost balcony. He climbed up steps with his entourage, and Isadora is on the rightmost balcony, just sort of passively watching from below. So it is, both balconies are visible. You can see them. So there's a spot that you can see all of the attendees.
So Jogo will gather up all the children, and we are going to wait respectfully for the speech to happen and end, and for the music to kick back up, because we can't wait for us to do the lightning glide.
Right. Okay.
It's a very popular
You're gonna do a
line
dance.
dance in Spell Street.
Glide, dippity glide.
So you guys are getting ready to do a choreographed dance number. Oliver's to play that. Yes,
Yeah, I'll play that. But again, I'm waiting for Ostilian to make her appearance.
she'll make her appearance. Once the timing is right, she comes down from the rightmost stair, as Zelakai, and she puts on a good performance, right? Like, she knows what she's doing. And for a second there, you watch Zelakai as he descends the stairs and gets the attention of the crowds. They're like, oh, it's Zelakai.
And I'll kind of bring the band down.
Uh-huh.
Everyone grab a glass and raise it to one fine gentleman, our patron for the evening, the one, the only luminary, Zelakai. And I will make sure that everybody is looking at the stairs and seeing Zelakai
Okay.
alive.
Yes. So yeah, the whole crowd. There's probably about somewhere between 40 and 50 people here right now. Everybody looks. They're clapping. Oh, wonderful! Raising their glasses to him. Toasts abound. Of course, they all think that he's free drinks, so of course they love him.
Is anybody not clapping? Is anybody not cheersing? Is anybody not doing what everybody else is doing and going along with the toast? That's what I'm looking for from the stage.
Make me a perception check. It is pretty crowded. The lights are kind of dark in here, and it's kind of difficult to see a lot of stuff.
Here we go.
All right, what do we got?
Fuck me. 8
All right.
after my +6.
So what you're able to see is that it's difficult from your position way back here on the stairs to completely see like what's going on the balconies. They're kept kind of dark for a reason. And you know, you're looking out across the crowded main seating area. There are some people who are just kind of like half-hearted, let's get this over with kind of thing. Some people who are genuine friends of Zelakai who are into it. Nobody that you can see is not clapping or toasting or something. But there are people who are less enthusiastic about it. Yes, Robin.
Do I notice anything from my vantage point?
Would you go ahead and make me a stealth check there?
There. 16?
That's a little better.
Okay.
But wait, stealth check. You want me to make a stealth check?
No,
Oh.
just a
Realize what you said. I'm like, nope.
No, it's not what I want. Oh my
right.
gosh.
So we got 16. Jardin watching from the sidelines. 17. So
he'll quaff the potion as soon as Zelakai shows up. That should be
okay.
a good time to start observing that way.
Okay. So we'll get to the potion here in a second. The two rows between Jardin and Robin, you can see a bit more. Up on the leftmost balcony, Athel and his entourage are kind of standing back from the very edge. They're maybe a foot or two back from the edge, just kind of watching the proceedings below. And they gave a customary sort of clap whenever Zelakai appeared, but they're not getting in on the activities. Jardin notices that Krotos didn't. He's got his arms folded. He's watching the room and does not appear to have taken even a sip of his drink or anything like that. And then Jardin drinks the potion.
Stealthily as possible, but then let's see the true side of things.
Okay.
Good luck, Jardin.
So, drinking the potion, you immediately get the impression of sort of almost like a weight lifted off your eyes that you can see. It tastes like the rays of sun after a rain shower. It tastes like it tastes tart and bright and illuminating almost. And you see, it's like I can, see smells kind of situation. The room is a riot of color. And when she said that you can perceive everything as it truly is, she wasn't kidding. You're getting hints of the different types of magic that's been used in the room. You can see all manner of illusory magics just kind of melt away. You're looking at these people as they really are. There are fae here who are done up in their glamours and figments that otherwise look like great big warty, bulbous-nosed, kind of hunched over creatures. Not the sort of beautiful things that they present themselves to be. Wizards who have made themselves up with illusion magic and body-altering magic. You see them. There are several shapeshifters in the room that you can see, including a couple of familiars that are actually like, similar to what you can do, alter their forms. You sort of like see them as people squatting on the walls or like lounging on a shelf or something like that. Who are there? Jardin can see that Krotos is accompanied by two other fae who are flanking him, slightly taller than the one that's visible, but you can tell that they are wrapped in invisibility magic that they're concealing themselves with. And yeah, it's quite disorienting, off-putting to sort of see things as they really are.
Shit. The potion, the mushrooms, they did prepare me for this.
Yeah, it could come out like the mushroom, sure.
He'll take it all in, and he's trying to just wrap his head around it and start cataloging, as much as he can.
Okay. So like I said, you see a lot of things as they really are. Are you moving around or anything? Are you going to stay in one position?
He's going to move as he needs to get the proper viewing of the 4.
Okay. So in this case, looking at, you can easily see Krotos and Xenophon down here. Xenophon doesn't appear to have many appearance altering magics. He's got some illusions on him that make his gold bling out a bit more, things like that, but he otherwise seems to present himself as he actually is. Krotos doesn't appear to have any appearance concealing magic on him at all. He is well decked out in abjurations and warding magic, but nothing that alters his appearance. However, as you kind of move about the room and are able to see both Athel and Isadora, you can tell that Isadora is purely an illusion. You can see right through her as if she wasn't there. And she's just sort of standing there motionless, watching the proceedings below. When you look at Athel, you can see a hulking bestial creature that's kind of hunched over the balcony, scanning the room below with like these great big yellow eyes that is kind of searching the room. And his 3 companions appear sort of similarly bestial, but not as hulking. They seem more like feral versions of whatever it is that they are. So like the tiefling, the way you saw her a minute ago, she's very made up, very, elaborate and elegant things. She appears like wild and untamed now. But Athel is quite huge, dwarfing both Jogo and Yavo themselves, and it seems as if the balcony groans under his weight. It's difficult to get much of a sense other than that. You can tell that he's covered in some kind of fur, but the darkness kind of like soaks into him and is almost like anti-light. And all you can really see is this great big hulking form and these 2 yellow eyes that are scanning the room.
Jeez. Okay. So awesome. Does his study extensive, or his time spent studying, give him any indication what this is, or does he feel like he has to get closer to find out?
So yeah, that's right. Jargon has been reading in Zelikai's library. Yes.
Boom.
Damn.
Nice.
25. And you're observant. Okay. So yeah, it kind of sinks in after a minute or two, and while what you're seeing doesn't completely match the description in Cadrix's book, it's close enough. The creature that Cadrix wrote about, Pag Katama, is a creature of sort of darkness, has feline features, but is sort of a mockery of a cat, the way it was described there. This creature doesn't bear much resemblance to a feline, but it does have the same sort of, it has the yellow eyes, it has the darkness that surrounds it, it has a predator's sort of aura about it. You're fairly confident that you're looking at a demon.
Okay. What are the others doing?
The other
I'm just gonna let this play out in my head and then
It's like-
cry for a few minutes and I'll be back.
Jojo's waiting to get his line dance on.
This is
yeah, the rest, I mean,
This is
everybody
an
else
awful
is dancing and having a good time, oblivious to it. You even see someone like walk up and talk to Athel, and this thing turns its hulking mass to him and engages in polite conversation with one of the party members, party attendees, not you guys. Yeah. So everybody else, nobody knows any of this. Jardon's a little lizard, doesn't have telepathy. You guys are doing your thing, playing music, glad handing, directing the actions of the urchins.
Yeah, I'm just continuing to party down on the floor, oblivious to all danger.
Yeah, I mean the party's barely an hour old.
Have we been able to draw other people into our lightning glide? It's a very popular at weddings.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of fae and goblins here that love dancing. That'll join you guys. I mean, you probably have 15 or so people that join you for the glide. Is Jogo's dancing as well?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
He's a dancing fool.
So is anybody going towards where Zelikai is at the stairs?
Yeah, there are a bunch of people who are there.
Specifically the luminaries, because that's my main focus, is to figure out which luminaries are playing for which team.
Gotcha. So Isadora is, as near as you can tell, has, Zelikai kind of walked right by her. She looked at him, nodded in acknowledgement, and has just been watching. Krotos has been mad dogging Zelikai since he walked down the stairs, and seems like he's just kind of seething with hostility towards Zelikai.
Okay, so I want to shit, man. I want to, because I know that Jardon is doing the potion, so I want to, this is the plan. So I want to try to find Robin and Jogo, and get them scanning intensely, because I think we're about to we need to find out which luminaries are on our side, which can be trusted, and which cannot.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm up by the stage, because I figure that Jardon is doing his thing right now.
And so Robin's up by the stage. Oliver's kind of checking in with everybody.
Probably
Jogo's
panicking
dancing.
A little bit.
Panicking a little bit.
Probably a little internally.
There's definitely nothing's happened yet. And then at some point, Zelikai, Hostilian Zelikai, kind of comes down to the base of the stairs, glaring people, and that is when Athel makes his way from the left balcony down the steps, and looks like he's making his way towards Zelikai.
Is this pretty obvious to all of us at the stage?
Yes, his entourage is still in their sort of seating nook up on the balcony, so it's just Athel this time.
Well, then can I, since all the music's going on around me, can I cast message to Hostilian?
Yeah.
Athel is coming up at you from behind the stairs. That's it.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
And I'm, like I said, since this was the plan, I'm going to be looking around for Jardon. I know he's in a lizard form or something, but I'm just going to kind of be looking around like...
I mean, Jardon's not trying to hide, right? He's just small and lizardy.
He doesn't want to be seen, but I would figure by this point he would have taken a few skitters out, just taking it all in or trying to position to see properly.
Okay.
I bet he could spot him not too hard.
Jogo has 100% forgotten why he's here and is in full-on party mode.
Oliver's up on stage panicking his ass off. Jardon's like, we should have had more plan. His Jogo's just like, let's fucking dance, dude. Let's do this.
This party's amazing. Why don't we do this sooner?
Let's dance.
All right. So Athel and Zelikai have a conversation. I don't know if there's anybody close enough to eavesdrop or observing them. And the potion's still active. You can see Hostilian as she really is, although she's still wearing a physical mask. But otherwise, see through the illusory disguise. And now that Athel is down off the balcony, you can get a better look. the creature definitely bears a strong resemblance to a big cat, but it's not really like it's not like a were-tiger or something like that. It's more like a demented, deranged person had a big cat described to them, and then they made a cat based off that description.
Squanchy after taking his thing.
Too many teeth for its mouth.
Yeah.
Claws that seem impractically large. And like you can't do anything with these things. What are you going to do with them? It's what's that?
Thanks, Andrew. All I see now is Squanchy.
Break off his tooth.
Eat my squanch. Anyway, sorry.
There's a it's definitely a riot of color. There is orange and deep purple, it seems. The darkness kind of like gathers around it, so it's the colors of it are definitely dimmed. But yeah, it just sort of like looms over Hostilian, while as far as you can tell, Athel and Zelakai have a pleasant, if not particularly insightful, conversation where they exchange pleasantries. And
well, I'd like to, if observing this, insight to see if I can tell if Athel can tell by his mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give that a try?
There you go.
Boom.
There you go.
So between what you read in the book and your observation of Athel's behavior since he's arrived, you can tell that he's pumping everyone he meets for information. The conversation that they're having is very much a Athel trying to maneuver or trick Hostilian into revealing some sort of information about what's been going on. Whereas it's clearly trying to get something out of him. Hostilian, for her to her credit, is able to dodge these inquiries and is sort of dancing around the subject. But you can tell that Athel is getting frustrated at this point. The impression that you get watching the two of them is that Athel is, looking to get some kind of information out of her.
If that's my reaction, I'm gonna blink off as much as I can focus, skitter down the wall, and go and nip at Robin's foot since he's right there, and flick his head towards what's going on in that direction, and then skitter back up.
Okay. I'll take a cue and kind of start making my way over towards Hostilian.
Okay.
That was the last we ever saw of Robin.
Zelakai.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I don't know. All I know is there's a conversation going on.
So you make your way over there. There's probably like 2 or 3 other people around them. You know how it is. Somebody's butting in. Somebody's just kind of sitting there chatting. The conversation you see of Athel is, chatting up his one of his lifelong compatriots and partners.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to take the opportunity the first time someone says something remotely humorous. Just, my dear, seeing the two of you together, it's been far too long. Kind of butt into the conversation.
Okay. Athel, I thank you, Vandermouse, for helping our dear friend arrange this little soiree. We don't get together anymore and spend time with each other like we used to. It's
I know
lonely
we
existence.
should definitely get together and pick each other's brains every now and again, right?
Yes. I have. I give me another insight roll for Robin.
Okay. I'm sure this will be a 4. Hey!
Oh,
I finally
very
rolled
nice.
well. That's a 20.
Nice.
Athel had a look of kind of smugness that turns to confusion and then frustration like that whenever he turns and starts talking to Robin. So he is kind of, like I said, like he turns, begins to talk, has kind of a smug, self-satisfied look that becomes a kind of a scrunched brow of confusion, and then just a barely imperceptible reaction there, but definitely a not pleased to see Vandermouse reaction from Azel.
Yeah. Oh well, you know, hey, I'll return the smugness in turn.
Okay.
And continue, you know, mostly chatting with Zelakai. You know, just two patrons of the same orphanage. We don't really ever get to talk, so
Of course.
mostly just trying to, you know, seeing that this has frustrated him. I'm gonna latch onto that and just kind of not completely ignore Athel in the conversation, but just kind of basically just gonna cock block him for info.
Okay. He sticks around for a bit longer and then sort of is kind of looking around the room and I do believe that I am going to go partake of some of the festivities. This is a party, isn't it? He bows slightly to Zelakai Hostilian and Vandermouse before walking off, and appears to just observe the dancing and whatnot, laughing and, you know, yucking it up.
So,
You're like at a party where you're like frustrated at somebody, but you don't want to show up, but you don't want to show it, so you like overcompensate by having a better time than you probably would be.
right.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So Jogo will notice him observing the dancing and go over to him and grab him by his wrist. Come, and try and pull him to the dance floor.
Oh my
Come,
god!
I know you want to dance. I can see it in their face.
All right.
And by the way, as soon as he leaves, I'm gonna kind of lean over to Hostility and be like, "Be wary of that one." Jardin pointed me over here. Not sure what's going on though.
Zelakai or Hostilian sort of whispers to you. I think it was trying to read my mind.
Oh.
Yeah. I need Jogo to make me a, let's see.
Oh god!
What is Jogo's intelligence for one?
An 8.
An 8. Okay. Let's see.
All right. No problem. Hey.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, Jogo.
Oh, wisdom. Oh, we're even better at that.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Not too good either. So that was a 10. Because I actually have a ring of protection on.
So you don't know what happens. Nothing seems to happen. I just it's the thing about saving throws. You don't know what happened. Athel reluctantly tries to dance. How good is he at it? He's not bad at it. But he's clearly, I don't know. You know, Jogo is a man of great passions. I take it. You know, he's danced, he's partied, he's lived life to its fullest. Dancing with Athel is like, he's just clearly not any good at it. He has a natural grace to him that prevents him from just completely stumbling all over the place. But he just seems awkward at it.
Athel, you do so good. You good dancer. You must dance all the time.
John is watching this in its trueness and swears to never ever tell Jogo what he is witnessing.
Right. This great hulking demon beast cavorting across the dance floor with Jogo and the orphans.
The one time that Jogo doesn't have his pot on his head. The one time.
Son of a.
So he dances. It's not the worst, but it's very awkward and clumsy. And at the same time, he's sort of like, you know, I didn't know you were such a fabulous dancer, Jogo.
No, Sir Thomas.
Ah, yes, Sir Thomas. I didn't know that you'd taken on a new name.
Uh-oh.
He just says it right out loud.
Jogo just looks like a deer in headlights at this point. No. Jogo's Sir Thomas now.
Ah, I see. Why the subterfuge? Why the
Subbed or what?
why the trickery, Sir Thomas?
What? No. Trickery. Fancy.
Ah, I see. Well, it's certainly fancy.
Jogo wanted to be fancy like Vandermoose.
Yes, Vandermoose is a tremendous individual. He's quite an enigma, though, isn't he? Quite a mystery, Vandermouse.
He is. Robin is so good looking and smart.
Robin Vandermouse. I didn't know that was his first name. As tell me, how long have you known Vandermouse?
Really long time. We met at the orphanage.
Ah,
They would always try and keep me there, and then Sir Thomas would run away, or was that Jogo that used to run away?
I would like to quickly skitter my way through the dance floor, trying to avoid being stepped on.
okay.
Bite him so vigorously on the heel and try and skitter away.
Okay. Make me a quick dex save to make it across the dance floor without being stepped on. Let's say the DC for this one's 11.
Okay, I think this is plus 6 in the
Okay.
current form. So 14.
14. Yeah, you managed to make your way across the dance floor with a riot of stomping feet. The line dance is kind of broken down into just a general dance. So you're gonna skitter across the floor to get Jogo's attention.
I'm going to go over there and bite him squarely on the heel, inflicting damage. Give him a lizard look, and get out of there.
Okay.
Like, you know what you're doing. Stop it.
There is a okay. Athel doesn't appear to notice this. So you get up close, bite Jogo. Jogo, a lizard bites you on the foot.
Ow! Why for you bite Jogo, Sir Thomas? And I'm like looking around, and I look at the lizard skitter away. That just gives me the look. And then Jogo kind of stops and freezes, and he's thinking, why did Jardone bite him? What does he want?
All right.
Sir Thomas, no. He will try and scoop up the lizard.
Okay. I guess make me an attack roll to see if you can grab a hold of him.
All
What's Jardone's AC right now?
I think it's 13.
Yeah. Jogo's pretty quick. He snatches up the lizard Jardone.
Excuse Sir Thomas. He has to go feed his lizard. He seems to be very, very hungry right now.
Of course, familiars are so unruly.
And Jogo will head over to like an hors d'oeuvre tray or the kitchen, the closest place he can find food. Try and figure out what he thinks Jardone would like to eat.
Okay. Adel kind of walks off and continues to make a second circuit around the room.
Jardone would like to give a look now to the other two on the shoulder of Jogo as he's going by.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Jogo.
Can I cast a message to Jardone?
Uh-huh.
And I mean, I don't know. I assume he can answer back, right?
Yeah, I think you don't.
What's the ruling there? Does he actually have to whisper, or is it all mental?
Oh yeah, that's true. Message does require. I think he has to have a mouth to utter the words. It's not a sending spell.
That's what I was afraid of. That's what I thought. I'm still gonna message him because he can understand me.
Yeah.
So what is going on? If you've seen something, let's do something.
He shakes his head. No, don't do anything.
Vandermouse! I kind of grab him from the top of the stage.
Yes?
It's not going well. It's not going well. He's shaking his head. So there's that. Perhaps you want to get over there?
Well, no, I mean, I'm heading over to Jogo. And
Okay.
So I assume there's a lizard on his shoulder. And
Right. Yes.
gonna
There's
just
a
kind
lizard on his
of
shoulder.
quickly whisper to Jardin. I was like, you seen him? Is it here?
I don't know about any of that, Robin, but Jordan is very hungry. He bit Jogo.
I'm sure there was a reason, Jardin or Jogo. Sorry,
Yeah, he hungry.
Jardin. Where is it? What is it? Which one is it?
As a matter of curiosity, what is there anything true about these three that he discovers in as his potion's still lingering?
Oh yeah. So about Jogo,
Party
and,
member.
your party members.
These,
Gosh, I don't know. I'm going to let them answer that. What are your, are you? What is? I mean, none of you are shapeshifters, but like, what are your true selves kind of look like?
How does that work with the current items that I have, Jim?
It's a good question. Actually, Robin is like a negative space. Looking at Robin from
Fucking nothing.
he's like a black outline in an otherwise riot of color and effects and everything. He's just
With a curly white wig on it.
right. Yeah.
Jordan's gonna be like, new plan, guys. It's been Robin all along.
I am the demon. No.
Somebody clip that. Thank you.
Yeah. Basically, you're welcome. I'm just gonna be like, Jardin. It's here? Which one is it?
are we in a spot where people wouldn't see if he transformed into something with a mouth?
Right now, you guys are kind of in the middle of the room, but there are plenty of spots that you could go to that people wouldn't pay attention to you.
Maybe you could duck under the stage or something.
Or under the table or something like that.
Okay. Well, if we can get into that position, then he's going to communicate to them very quietly. I have learned much. Now is not the time to act. We must play out the party. Then I will tell you all I have discovered. Not here, please. Too dangerous.
Very smart, not telling Jogo what's going on.
So you're saying the demon's here?
I will not say more, but yes.
Oh, joy.
You'll know now, less you worry for now. I do not think we are in danger here at this moment. But if anything bad happen, not good to have so many around.
So it's as the
luminaries.
as the potion is wearing off, Jardin can see a seven-eyed creature standing in the corner that's kind of wrapped itself in a double layer of kind of concealing magic. It's sort of over here, would be immediately to the left of the door where the sort of like carpeted area is. And it just like standing there all tall and slender with its sort of riot of eyes scanning the room, perfectly still, motionless. And then you can start to feel the effects of the potion begin to fade. Blink a couple of times and your vision has returned to normal.
Play out the party. Talk soon.
Are you okay?
So much. Very much. We much we now know. This was the goal. Learn.
Yes,
It's time for acts.
Let's just now survive the rest of the night.
Jogo learned. Athel, very good dancer. You try hard.
That he did, gentle giant.
Seeing the three of you together, is Oliver there? Is Oliver still up?
I'm still on stage. Are they like under a table or something? Or something having a chat? I see them disappear under the table.
I don't know about all of them under the table, but certainly they're trying to remain hidden. And I mean, Jogo's a big dude. He blocks a lot of view.
They're like in the middle of the room now, right?
I don't think they're in the middle of the room anymore. You guys kind of moved to a corner to talk privately.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't move.
My
That's okay.
interpretation is that me and Robin would kind of like conceal Jardone so he could talk to us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop off stage and go talk to them and go approach. And yeah, so as I come up, I'm gonna kind of like, keep it between us. So, is it here? Is it what? Is it here? Did you see it? Just yes? No?
Yes.
Yes, you did see it. What the
Much. So much.
Is there more than one?
Jogo hit it with a table.
It is not be capable now. Now it is just time to party. We know answer. Play off as if we know nothing.
What? We're in the room with the demon. And...
Not time. We'll find again.
Jogo
Xenophon is
pretty sure.
approaching your table.
Jogo pretty sure he still know nothing.
Do I notice that? Yes.
Yeah. One of you notices Xenophon approach. He's not trying to conceal it or anything.
I'll shapeshift into the tiny form.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll kind of head him off and make a big grand, Oh, Xenophon! Yes, we do need to talk. Yes, come.
He glances around and perhaps there's a more intimate setting that we could converse in.
Oh yes, Bob. Yes.
Chicka bow wow wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the private rooms upstairs are for.
Let us go upstairs.
Okay. Left or right side?
The least crowded, whichever that may be.
All right. Let's figure out which one's the least crowded. The left side. All right. So, Xenophon, Robin, anybody else follow? Anybody else?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him because I mean I'm I'm just gonna follow Vandermouse.
Okay, so you guys pass by Athel and his entourage in one of these nooks. Let me reveal a bit more over here.
Revealing nooks in the deep pillow.
Are there any crannies?
There are so many nooks and crannies. So many.
I would like to maintain just because you're gonna have a few scenes here.
Mm-hmm.
Jardone will be mostly watching and taking everything in for Athel now.
Okay.
Since the other guy is gone. Yeah.
So I got it over here to the sort of the left side of the map. I don't know if you guys can see.
Mm-hmm.
Athel and his friends appear to be just drinking and making chit chat about the party as you pass by. But these sort of nooks over here are for the exact thing that Xenophon's talking about. Just a quiet little place to get out of the way.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take him over there and ask. So what did you have to speak to me about, Sir Xenophon?
He settles in. My master has kept me in the dark about a great deal, but he seems conflicted for a moment. I feel that honesty is perhaps the best policy, and something is afoot in the neighborhood. I can feel it. The luminaries are acting strange, and well, I thought this would be a good opportunity to perhaps talk to someone who knows what's going on.
Oh yes, quite. There's quite a bit of hubbub going on about mages being murdered. Hmm.
Yes, the mage is being murdered is disconcerting. Is this related to that?
Oh well, I don't know. Has your master ceased going out recently? Like, is he staying indoors?
Yes, Uther's become quite reclusive of late. Not sure what it is. I had assumed it was research or a project that he was working on, but it's different this time. His passion for research is infectious, but this time it's dark, more sinister, I think, paranoid, suspicious. I was hoping for answers here, but no one seems to have any.
What specifically is he researching? Maybe I've heard something.
I am afraid I do not know what consumes his time. He has locked himself away in his observatory.
Oliver, do you have anything?
Oliver is just kind of soaking all of this in at the moment, and he's a little upset at how things have unfolded, and he's just kind of like dazed and going through things of what that possibly means. But he is listening to this conversation.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, otherwise, Xenophon expresses his concerns again, and basically is like, the luminaries haven't convened in quite some time. That's unusual. And with winter upon us, no one has made arrangements for provision of food for the neighborhood. Its grain stores are sure to run low. The luminaries usually take care of those details. I fear that something has driven a wedge between them, and that they mistrust one another, and I do hope we're not... I shudder to think what would happen if they turned on each other.
Oh, that would be dreadful for the neighborhood. I mean, you saw what happened when two out-of-control pyromancers had a go at one another. I mean, we're still cleaning up the rubble in the north.
Yes. Hopefully, Krotos keeps his temper. He's not known for his impulsiveness, but I don't know. He seems withdrawn this evening.
Oh, that he does. There's Zilikai has acted quite strangely as of late as well. So, seeing that verified by others.
Yes, it's almost as if he's a different person, really.
Too true, Oliver.
There's a moment, and it looks like Xenophon's about to say something, but then he keeps his mouth shut and sort of seems to be brooding or thinking about something right now.
My good friend, I don't know if you have had any of the wine here at Deep Pillow, but it is some of the absolute best, of course, for this party. Perhaps you should partake in a little bit more. I myself am a bit parched from my jaunt on stage earlier.
Oh, and Oliver, I just want to say that was quite a show. That poem, the lady, you had me going. I thought you were going to say this and you said that, but you finally said this. It was such a well done.
Yes, well,
quite delightful.
Children's tales, really.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jogo think fat mean word.
Indeed, Jogo.
It's PHAT. Yes, it is quite a compliment. Trust me, it's the news lingo on the streets. I've heard it.
It's from Crodora, Jogo. My stepfather lives in Crodora. That's all.
Xenophon flags down a floating tray of libations and takes himself a flute and begins to
let's get this guy
more.
smashed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna get him smashed, and I'm gonna do all the tricks where I'm talking very gregariously, so I kind of slink
Do you say
I'm with you, buddy.
this guy
out of
smashed?
my glasses.
I'm with you, buddy. Let's do this. Let's get him smashed.
And we get
Does
smashed.
Oliver say, "Get this guy smashed"?
No, not out loud. No.
Okay.
But I'm just telling Jim what's happening. We're about to get this guy pissed drunk
All right.
and ask him a whole bunch of questions.
It takes him a long time. This guy can put him away. And
Of course, this would be the natural.
whether he's enhanced his ability to party, or he's just he lives with a dwarf, that he's just built up a natural tolerance. He really puts him away, and it takes a bit longer, and he's not as wasted as perhaps you'd like, but he's definitely tipsy, beyond tipsy. And is going on about something. He's like, just when you try to learn these stupid introductory spells, and it just takes forever. They make you the whole thing. The syllable has to be right.
I
that kind
do
of
say
thing.
I could probably teach you to play the lute before you could master those silly spells. I agree. It's just nonsense, really.
I just don't know that I'm ever going to be able to master evocation the way that I'd like to. It's just doesn't come naturally to me.
Well, maybe, perhaps, evocation is not your vocation. Maybe you should stretch out into another school. Maybe.
Perhaps.
Perhaps you could divine the Krite school to do just a little.
So you guys are up here drinking in your nook.
Yeah.
I should say, if you could choose any luminary to teach you instead, who would it be, really?
Oh, he thinks about it. I don't know. I think I like sticking with Uther.
Hey, can't even show up. Is he that mad at Athel, really?
I know this game. One luminary you got to kill, one luminary you got to learn from, and what is that?
Kill, learn, love.
Oh my god.
But there's Joga. There's more than 3 luminaries, though.
Isadora. Just for the record.
She's an illusion. She's not even really there. She's never been there anytime I've talked to her, Forty. At all.
No, never.
At all.
No, Uther's great. He's old, so he's seen a ton of stuff, and he's connected and rich. And
But you said he was disconnected, though. You said he's been disconnected lately.
he's withdrawn. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And he's never said anything of why, even like in why he didn't think you were paying attention. You didn't hear anything.
I think it has to do with the demon that they summoned.
Oh.
A demon.
He kind of like
Thought that was a rumor.
to
try to offset his if he has apprehension about letting it out. I thought that was a rumor.
He kind of looks around.
Court of silence.
Of course, yes. Do
No,
give us the
they,
dirty little details.
Come
What
closer. Come
happened?
closer.
What happened?
He kind of leans in and I'm not sure exactly what happened. I wasn't involved in any of it. Uther made me stay out, but you can't keep secrets from a wizard. I found out what they did. I'm very concerned that something has happened, and I just can't put my finger on it.
And since then he's been sequestered.
Uther has, yes, for a great a great while.
Have any of the other luminaries called on him, to your knowledge?
I
Yes,
know
when's the
that,
last time he saw another one?
I know that the last time I saw him together with another luminary was with Isadora. That was a while back, earlier in the spring. There was they had a fight maybe a year or so ago, and none of them have spoken since then. But the last one that he I remember seeing come by was Isadora. I haven't really seen her since that day, till this evening, of course. He seems to be sobering up a lot faster than you would expect.
Yeah, probably.
Do I have the? Do I think he played us?
I don't know. I'll make you roll another insight check.
Yeah, sure. I'll take the +1.
Take that +1.
Son of a bitch. There we go.
All right, there you go. You don't. Oliver is. Yes, he's pumping you for information. He's totally trying to get something out of you. Robin comes away with maybe a slightly different impression. That he's fishing for something, and that his concern seems genuine. But that he also doesn't know nearly as much as what you know. Yes. And seems eager for answers.
Well, he's definitely a possible ally. Well, I fear that I must return that which I have rented from this fine establishment. If you catch my drift. Sorry. I must go use the facilities.
Yes. Well, he kind of stands up, shakes himself off, seems completely sober. We should perhaps discuss at a time and place that's a bit more conducive to a productive conversation. The party's quite lively, and still have people that I haven't seen yet.
Perhaps you can visit the manse.
Oh, I'll take you up on that offer.
Oh yes, quite. We will be in contact for sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave this guy.
And then, once he leaves, I'm just gonna lean over and be like to Oliver and be like, yeah, he's on the level.
I don't agree.
Really? Well,
he knows a demon has been suffered and summoned, and he offers up this information freely.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's he's worried about his master. I don't know. I think I really do think
Uther
that
is not a fool, and he sent him here in his stead to talk to us in the corner of the pillow about summoning a demon.
Yes.
That doesn't, to me, speak that he is on the level, though he could be. I just don't know. Is this a master plan of Uther's to root out what we know? Or is this simply Uther extending a hand of gratitude, alliance?
I'm going to go with the latter. I think that Uther could be a possible ally.
Minus the demon summoning.
Well, he was one of, correct me if I'm wrong in the information that we've learned, but he was one of the ones, the strongest, the strongest objections, right?
Correct. Yeah. The falling out came because Uther confronted Zelakai and was like, clean up this mess.
Right. Yeah. So I think that Uther will definitely help us with this. He's the one that wanted this mess cleaned up in the first place. And and judging by Krotos's reaction, I think he could be an ally as well. I don't know. I think he would want to take out a demon that he had part in summoning, but that's just me. Isadora, no clue. Not really sure on Athel.
Let's wind this party down, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can bear it down too.
Yeah. So, I mean, the party's been going on for a couple of hours now. The dancing was fun. Everybody had a great time doing the line dance, and then it sort of devolved into free-for-all. There are people who will stay here all night. And particularly those who like partying with Faye will be here till well in the morning. But some of the people who are early to bed or they've got other things to do, they've started to leave. There's maybe like 30 or so people here now. So that you're definitely on the back end of the party. You know, everybody's had a lot to drink. They've kind of they're starting to sit down, talk more. The music's gotten a bit mellower, and you can see that Athel has returned to speaking with Zelakai. The two of them are in a cluster of about 5 or 6 people that are chit-chatting it up.
Okay. So, Oliver, I'm going to give Zelakai a reason to get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to grab a fresh drink and stumble over there.
And I will gather the others. So I'm gonna go tell Jogo, get the kids, get them out of here, get them back to the manse. And then I'm go find him, basically find him in Jordan.
Yeah, they're talking about something. You come into interrupt a conversation. Athel's going on about we had to import a whole new troupe of actors in order to get the parts right, and I do think it will be a tremendous thing. Is there any way I can convince you to stop by early and perhaps catch a sneak peek? Talking to Zelakai, but there are other people around the cluster of them.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good entrance line. Oh, sneak peek! I would love to see it too. Zelakai, be sure to take me, and I will trip on someone's foot and slosh Zelakai with the drink. And immediately, I'm so clumsy. I have had too much this evening. I am terribly sorry.
Yeah, there's like several people that moved to start casting prestidigitation to get that stain out of there.
Shit.
That's the best.
Like, oh, let me get that for you. Waggle their fingers.
Plan foiled.
Magic.
But Zelakai, Hostilian's no fool. She understands what you're doing. And Vandermouse, perhaps it is time that someone got you back home. I see that you've overdone it perhaps a bit.
There is no lengths I won't go for these children. I will party till dawn. I will raise more money than you rich bastard. You've always outdone me. Well done. Because it's for the children.
All right. But if you guys are looking for an excuse to get out of here, there's an opening in the conversation to get out and extricate yourselves. Yeah, is that what y'all looking for?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume we're going to take all the money we earned tonight and just put it in Jogo's pot.
Yeah, there was like collection plates and some people going around and making pledges of donations, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone was handling that, I'm sure.
Yeah, we had to deal with the bar.
Yeah, you know the drill. All right, so give me an idea. How are you guys going to get out of here?
What do you think, guys? Door or window? No.
Wow.
Front door.
Yeah, I'll just kind of stumble, letting Zelakai hold me up, and make our way to the front door.
Jordan, is the demon still in this room, or did it leave?
The lizard skitters out some other exit.
Fantastic. Well,
all right.
Shall we be ambushed? And let's boogie out of here.
Let's boogie out of there. All right. So there is the protestations. People are like, oh, don't go yet. Come on. There's like a couple of goblins or the Fey nobility trying to get you to come on. You haven't played a game with us, and you guys about to tap a new keg and all that kind of thing. But you get yourself out of the situation, and as a group, make your way out the front door. Night has blanketed the city. It's crisp. It's chilly out. See your breath on the air and feel a deep chill as you venture out into the streets of the city at night. Guys, make your way straight back to the manse.
Yeah, well, in no hurry. Just a drunken group coming home from a party.
Okay. Everybody, give me perception checks.
There it is.
What is with these sub 10 rolls?
Dude!
Oh my
Dude.
gosh.
Like my last 3 rolls are 19s. 4.
And he still got a 14.
You've gone about 2 or 3 blocks when Robin can just.
So actually,
sort of-
at 19, I think
Oh,
I
yeah.
have perception or advantage on perception check.
Yes, that's right. You get advantage. All right, so 19. So in this case, both Jogo and Robin, you've made it about 2 or 3 blocks when you swear someone's following you.
Okay. I will, I'm leaning on Hostilian, and I'll just kind of whisper. I'll just whisper that to them and everyone around,
Mhm.
Just check behind us, following.
Jardin is still in like little lizard form, yes?
Crawling along walls in doorways and such, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Until we get back.
Okay.
And at this moment, I'm going to take over like, wait, nope, sorry, I have to break the seal. And I'll just like stop between some refuse, like at an alley. And we roll a deception to piss,
Do your business.
to do my business and try to have another.
Just
have to
all
pretend.
over. Just
You've been
all over
doing all that.
yourself.
It's obvious that I'm not pissing.
It's so obvious that you've not undone your breeches or whatever. Yeah, you're just sort of standing
You
there.
just have your hands on the front of your pants and nothing is happening.
Nothing's happening.
Yep. Just a guy relieving himself because he's had too much to drink.
With that 26 perception, you're looking around now, and you can see just very briefly between 2 buildings a tall shadow without a source sort of flip by. So you see something cast a shadow, but you don't see the something casting the shadow.
Okay. I'll try to relate that somehow. Be like, we're being followed by a shadow. That's it, just a shadow. I actually now have to piss for real.
I got good news and bad news, guys.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll relate that, and then mayhap we should continue on. And guess
Also
we're
back.
keep hustling, keep a lookout.
All
Have
right.
my hand on the hilt of my dagger.
Okay.
Jogo not so sure he can punch Shadow.
That's true.
It's
very
easy,
true.
just shadow box it.
So, hey, there you go.
I guess I'll grab my scroll tube with the cap on it and take the cap off so that
Okay.
I've got my little light shining out a little bit.
Got the light shining out. Jardin's a lizard making your way back. You get the distinct impression several other times as you make your way back to the manse that something's following you, an errant footstep, sort of a creeping sort of sensation on your skin, that kind of thing. And then as you get back, you're within sight of the manse. You can see the walls, the overgrown garden coming through, the ziggurat rising up across the treetops. You guys are sort of looking around and I guess trying to move as quickly as possible. And that's when everyone notices that Oliver's nose is bleeding. And yeah.
Shit.
Is my head hurting?
Yeah, you can feel a distinct head hurting. What do you guys do? You're within sight of the manse.
It's coming.
start. Robin would abandon the act altogether and start keeping a lookout. Be like, we might need to head back at a quicker pace, gentlemen.
Okay. So you start urging people to run back.
Yeah.
I'm looking around for the source for the creature.
Okay. So you guys start running back. You're looking around. You think you catch a glimpse of something moving between the buildings, sort of like hopping between one set of buildings to another on the rooftop. But I'm afraid that it's that time of the week, gentlemen. Mm-hmm. And next week we're going to have to figure out what it is exactly that's followed you home from the manse and your party. We're cutting it short a little early tonight, but here we are on a good cliffhanger. And
damn, I thought he was going to say roll initiative.
Jim Davis, you magnificent bastard.
That's a good job. That was a nice, that's a good role-playing session there.
That was fun.
We didn't even get to get back and talk to Jardin so he could tell us everything that he saw. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you guys still don't really know anything.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Us alive.
We're alive for one more adventure.
One more, right?
Yeah, it is.
If you guys are watching here on Twitch, thank you so much for joining us. We play every Wednesday night, so come back, come check us out next Wednesday. If you're watching on YouTube, we upload these videos every Friday. If you want to catch the show live, come check us out on twitch.tv/SavorDice. And once again, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsors, ThinkGeek. You can check out links down in the description below. If you're watching this video on YouTube, go check out the secret item of the week for ThinkGeek. And then, of course, we want to thank Fantasy Grounds for providing us this amazing virtual tabletop that we play on. And of course, all of the maps you see on the show are created in Dungeon Painter Studio by the one and only Jim Davis. So thank you guys for watching. And do you guys have anything you want to say to the audience?
Yeah, tell your friends. We need to break this like 60-some people watching live consistently every week.
It's consistent.
Rocked it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful evening and happy gaming.
All right.